if you really want to kill the most things, be a vegan.
Today, we're going to be debating that vegan teacher's daughter, otherwise known as vegan booty. And that's usually because she has her backside hanging out. I wonder if her OF is called that. So let's listen to Tash Peterson's arguments for veganism as she gets owned by a farmer.
A vegan and a vegetarian are jumping off a cliff to see who will hit the bottom first. Who wins?
I don't know.
Who wins?
Society.
My choice is I like to eat meat.
Wait 1 second. You just said you're not a carnivore. What do you mean by that?
Well, humans are omnivores, so that means we can thrive and survive on a plant-based diet.
Shut your pie hole! We're working it!
She's saying there that we can thrive and survive on a plant-based diet. And to a certain extent, she is correct, but not everyone can. Just like you can't lump everyone into the same category of everything. Not everyone can be a vegan.
You can get from fat, it's essential. I can't get on a vegan.
That is nonsense.
Oh, mate, I can get vegans from flax seeds.
No, you can't. They're
I
unabsorbable. You have to make everyone else measure by your own ethics.
He's saying,
what
if
you've
you
always
believe you're a
eaten
loving
as a
person,
species.
why do you still go and kill an animal if you know you can survive otherwise?
You're
You're
know
obviously
that I
not
can't
that loving,
survive
mate.
otherwise.
You're obviously not that
You
loving.
don't know my main...
You're
Okay,
underneath
you want to
the
hear
animal.
my premise? I was 15 years part of the vegan movement. It made me very sick. So now I'm warning other vegans that they are very likely to get sick. Thousands of vegans are getting ill.
Anecdotal evidence. We rely on scientific evidence to make our claims. You don't say, in my life, it made me...
But I like looking at my brain and going, okay, listen, like someone cut my brakes, right, on my brain, and I have to take all the things, omega, was vegan for a very long time, and I've had to introduce fish and omegas into my life because my brain wasn't functioning properly. It's going to be that I come out.
Celery.
No, but when it comes to my brain, you're not vegan.
No.
You can't be vegan and living this kind of and being this quick. But sure you can. Some people can. I could not because it was really giving. I was
What
having
did
a
it
lot
do for
of.
your brain?
I feel that I'm much
Slowed you down?
Now I'm so much sharper than I was, and I think that I was at one point pretty malnutrition.
Ending up with malnutrition is not a good advocation for veganism, is it?
I remember going to Glastonbury, and that was a show that I loved. I loved my performance, but I was running on empty. Like I was on empty.
Can I ask you, were you doing a vegan diet like meticulous?
The strictest you've ever known.
But were you doing intelligently? Like
I
were you
did all my
supplementing the
supplements.
right way?
I do all my protein drinks.
Just in case you don't know, that was Miley Cyrus there. And she was saying that she had been a vegan for around 15 years. And now she has had to introduce fish and omegas into her diet because she wasn't functioning properly. So that's one person who is saying veganism wasn't doing her any good. Now we're going to listen to somebody else's argument on
justification for consuming meat. I mean, that's why we're human. I know I need to eat meat, animal protein, and animal fat. My body tells me that. I'm finely tuned as a machine to consume animal products.
There are so many scientific studies for both sides about eating meat and not eating meat. Me personally, I know my body works a lot better when I eat meat because when I didn't, I had a lot of health issues.
Someone has to do the killing, either the producer, or me. In a modern society, the producer does it, so I don't have to. But I would be happy to go hunting for food that we were going to eat.
I'd happily go out with a spear and go hunting. But the problem with today's society is we just don't have time, We're not back in the Neanderthal times where people didn't go to work and didn't have houses. Now we have jobs, houses and children, which is something that they didn't have then, but they still ate meat.
So you think you need animal protein for survival, right? Yes.
I totally agree with him. In order to thrive and live life to the fullest, yes, we need animal protein.
By definition, murder is taking someone's life, whether they're a human. Well, non-human animals are someone. Non-human animals are people.
All right, thank you. No, I admire your ideology. You're wrong.
That's the funniest thing I've heard in my life. Non-human animals are people. Well, that's not what the definition in the dictionary says, is it?
In this day and age, in the 21st century, the largest dietetic associations in the world, the American Dietetic Association, the British Dietetic Association, the NHS, they all say if well planned, a plant-based diet is nutritionally adequate and healthy for all stages of life. So we have a choice to stop filtering our nutrients through an animal.
With all due respect,
and I think,
with all due respect, I completely disagree.
How?
Plant-based protein is not the same as animal-based protein, and in fact, many more studies are coming out on this. From my point of view, you're demonstrating what's called confirmation bias, citing the papers that confirm what you believe anyway. I assure you, there are dozens of papers which make it perfectly clear that animal source protein and particularly animal fats are much better for you, particularly with children now. You know, with vegan parents, it's almost criminal what they're doing to children.
My personal opinion on vegan parents is they are disgusting. Children need a balanced diet. So do adults. You know, when kids are growing up, when they're very small till when they can make a proper decision for themselves, then in my opinion, they need to eat meat. I know you're going to disagree with me in the comments, but that's fine. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and mine is that all kids should eat meat if they want to. They should be given a choice.
Choice is I like to eat meat.
Wait 1 second. You just said you're not a carnivore. What do you mean by that?
Well, humans are omnivores, so that means we can thrive and survive on a plant-based diet. So he's not a carnivore because otherwise omnivores. You'd only be able to thrive and survive on flesh.
Excuse me, dear. You said omnivore, which means that we eat both meat and plant-based products. We have a choice.
Yeah, all right.
And
so
just because you have made your choice, don't put your choice on me. I want to be able to choose for myself.
The farmer is bang on there because that's what having a democracy and having your own opinion is all about. It's all about the choices that you are allowed to make for yourself. That's because Tash and her boyfriend have decided that they want to be vegan. That is their choice. Anyone else who wants to eat meat, that is their choice. And nobody should be telling anybody else what they should and should not eat. And another thing that really annoys me about certain vegans is that they don't understand what a privileged life it is to be able to eat vegan. Because have you seen some of the cost of some of these things? It's outrageous. And some people who even wanted to go vegan actually can't afford to do it. Why didn't she give some of her 40 grand a month to people that want to go vegan? You know, that would be a good way of her proving her point to people, would be by actually helping them to become vegan instead of being destructive and behaving in a disgusting manner like she does.
So you're wearing a belt. That belt, is that belt from leather or is that an artificial?
Yeah, it's vegan leather, yeah.
Okay, but it's leather.
Yeah, it's not someone's skin.
So it's actually an artificial product.
Yeah, it's vegan, yes.
No, it's an artificial product.
No, it's vegan leather, so it's a synthetic material, and no one.
So that bit of synthetic material you've got, that produced as much CO2 as driving my car from here to Darwin. That's correct.
Can I see the scientific resource for
Well, you've only got to go to WHO, the United Nations WHO website. That will actually show you that for every 500 grams of synthetic material created, it produces as much CO2 as driving 2,000 kilometres.
Well, Tash certainly didn't have a witty comeback there, did she? Well, prove it to me. And what would she have done if he had the paperwork there to prove it to her? She would have looked like a right idiot. But what he's saying is correct. That is what the WHO say, is that making synthetic products does put up the CO2. You know, it does destroy the planet more. And another thing about these plant eaters is, what about when the crops are harvested? How many animals get killed then?
If you really want to kill the most things, be a vegan. Because the farmers who protect your beans kill everything. I kill one animal per arrow. In order to grow tofu, you have to kill every ground squirrel, every vole, every shrew, every snake, every turtle, every frog, every bird, every rabbit, anything that gets in that bean field, I'm either going to plow and dismember, which is why the crows and the seagulls follow the combines every year. And then if anything does survive my first slaughter, I'm going to come in with Monsanto and poison out of everything so you can have a tofu salad and not be responsible for any death.
But because they want a plant-based diet, those animals are okay to be killed in the vegan's mind. So double standards there, isn't it? Well, that was our debate with Vegan Booty. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel because I'm really trying hard to get to 5k subscribers, and that will really help me. And I'll see you on the next video. Ta-ta for now.